Hello, everybody.
Howdy, howdy.
I had my sound on. I was just yammering
Is
at her
my
about...
sound on?
No, but mine was. Sometimes I listen to things up here. Things are fluffy and weird
You
today.
need to use a different shampoo.
I know, I think
and
so.
not use cream rinse
I just got to talk about the feet like this. Here we go.
because it's flattening you.
Ah.
And I did find my bracelet that I was talking about with the opals
Wonderful. She blamed it on me.
and old Roman glass.
How do you know that?
That's what it said when I bought it.
There you go. Must be true.
Must be true.
All right, my Arty friends, do say hello in the chat so we can say hello back. But in the meantime, this is P over here.
M over there.
Patricia.
Mariah.
And together,
we are PM Artist Studio.
All right. Say hello in the chat so I can say hello back. Give those thumbsy upsies. Thumbsy upsies, y'all. Back here. My finger's kind of weird. Hold on. I gotta adjust some things here. There we go. All right. Wonderful. There we go. I mean, we got 40 of y'all and 23 likes. Thumbsy upsies, y'all. That's how little, like it. And then if you're feeling, like I say, real frisky, share it. You just get that little share thing.
Multiple places.
There's a little arrow thing and it says share, and then you grab that link and then you send it to all your friends. Get your butt over here. These ladies are funny most of the time. Sometimes,
yeah, and they actually make stuff also.
También. Oh, I don't know. Things are weird. Okay, Alice is here. Ann Webb. Hello, Ann. And Laura is in the house. Anina, Becky, Carrie, Dana, Eddie, Emma, Erna, Handy Scandy. That is Nancy. Order Papercrafts, that's Mimi, Ingrid, Jennifer. We got Jennifer McKinnon and Jennifer's Dog's Life. And Jocelyn, happy to see you here. He's going to show her birthday present. They've been rolling in again. Her and Izzy have a great time, though, doing it. Yuta, hello. Lygia is here. Lindsay, Lizzie, Jean, Marguerite. Mixed Media Mess, that's Lori. Paige is here. Panka, SWL, that is Sherry. Tegan's here. The Shelly Studio, that's Margot. Balochi Chungus, that's Cass. And Veronica Jansen. Now some other folks popped in there. Give me some extra pinky hello hands and I will get you helloed like bartender's daughter. That is Jerry. And Jerry, I have finally, I looked it up because I was like, I don't have it right and I'm going to get it right. Got it right. And she loves the book.
Breathed a sigh of relief.
She did. She doesn't ever remember anybody, so it's not really in her. That's not one of her job requirements.
Thank God.
Because we'd have to fire her.
Been fired.
Yes. So lots of fun things. She has some new ideas, some other things. Oh, I'm supposed to show. Here, look at this. And Izzy did. It's hilarious that it ended up being like the color combo colors, almost. I mean, it's a little tiny red Solo cup that she has covered with the air dry clay. And it's a little, she's like, isn't that so cute? I had to, because she wanted, so you can put your lip there or whatever. And then she made the beak, and so it's an owl. She's very impressed with herself.
I was impressed with her.
Yes. She's good with the air dry clay. Okay. Oh, and then we got Jolynn is here, and Art Curious by MNW. That is Miriam. Miriam, I hope you were feeling better. I saw that you were not feeling well. Gray is here. Wonderful. Marguerite. All right. Did I get everybody? I think I got everybody with some pinky hello hands.
I saw some pink hands there.
Mm-hmm. And Becky. Hello. On top of my bracelet. What? Your bracelets on top of your sleeves are bugging me. Does it? No. In fact, I prefer that because I'm a furry girl. This is
and
how
some of those bracelets are hair pullers. Yeah,
they're hair pullers. These little boogers. It's like having an epilator. Those epilated things? Those are that's torture. No, this is how I roll, girl. That's one of the reasons I like wearing sleeves. Because I'm furry.
I used to be, but I don't have fur anymore.
It's part of getting old.
Yeah.
Just doesn't come back anymore. It grows in
it's
one
a
of their
good
weird
thing, too.
places.
I can't reach the bottom of my legs anyway.
Yeah. Okay,
But-
should I go top side?
Yeah.
Okay, very good. What? Oh, those are the egg things. Okay, that's funny. That's a cool box.
Isn't it a cool box? Look, check it out. It's even decorated down in the bottom. And look at the crenulated top and see.
Jolene made these. This stuff and made this.
And I know I kind of screwed this up when I was trying to get
Elizabeth.
it back in its original box. But
Hey, Lindsay.
isn't it cool looking?
It is very cool. I love the colors.
I do too. And the fact that, you know, she did the inside and did a really spiffy job there on that edge, because that's not an easy thing to do. And this is all, whatchamacallit.
Hey, Darcy.
But look, I'm assuming this is for Mariah. I probably shouldn't even be opening it, but it is a tin, and it's made in England.
It's an old tin.
It's an old tin.
God, we love some
And
tins.
it's,
What's wrong with us? But
I can't read the
well, I can't read it from here, but, you know, if you hold it up into the technology, we might be able to assist. And then give it a little... I think what you want to do, because it looks like it's backwards, you should probably read it from the inside. I feel like that might be true. I could be wrong.
No, made in England.
Okay, maybe do a rubbing. Because it's shiny and raised.
Yeah, it's really it is. But anyhow, it's made in England. It's an English tin, and I got the
you got to do it just right.
lid on. I might have put it back on wrong.
She put it on wrong. Oh my God! And there's a chicken in there.
I know. Look at this.
That's one Paula's chicken. I love it. Oh my God, that's so cute. Chicken and an egg.
Isn't that a chicken and an egg? And look at that chicken. That chicken's so surprised.
Oh, and that's...
I know.
Oh, that's Izzy.
This is Izzy.
Or is that a 1? I think it's a 1.
I think it's an I. It could be a 1.
Good God, what is wrong with us today?
But anyway.
We need to put that in our ATC book.
All from Jocelyn. Here. And here is a cool little package thing here. With an ATC inside.
Eddie said it's not backwards, it's just hard to read. Thanks, Eddie.
Appreciate that.
I was just sure it was backwards.
I love it. Love is in bloom. And a cute little thing here.
Anne, are you back from, or are you still traveling?
Santa Fe. I think she's still on the road. Or at least that was what my impression was.
We just want you to come over. You don't even have to tell us. That way we don't have to feel like we have to clean up, and then you can just see what kind of hot mess we live in, and then, you know, decide if you ever want to come back or not. It's fair. That's how we're just, that's how we're living our lives anymore. I love that so much.
I knew that you would.
I don't know if it's really
peanuts,
for me.
and I have to tell you about the edible matter in here. Izzy was sitting here, and sometimes I don't even let her come up here till I've emptied it all out and kind of went through it.
It's really best to do that.
But she snagged my Twinkie and my candle, and it was gone. She had consumed it before I even got my matches out.
That was really... She was very impressed. She's like, Gigi got a Twinkie and a candle. She did not tell me that she ate the Twinkie.
She ate the Twinkie and she ate the candle.
Oh, it was an edible...
Oh, she didn't eat the candle.
I was going to say, it wasn't an edible candle.
No, I don't know what she did with the candle.
Oh, great.
It's here somewhere.
Hi, Lizanne.
All right, and I didn't let her have... I told her she could have her caps as soon as I showed them. And she opened up the other stuff, and I snatched it out of her hand in time that she didn't get it into the rest of her stuff. But here's...
Oh, my God. That's so cute.
Isn't it cute?
Oh, she's going to be so into that.
I had this open earlier.
Anyway,
the door opens, and there's little critters inside of there. You're just going to have to take my word for it.
There's critters in there.
Critters in there. But this is the hysterical one. Look at these bunnies.
Oh, yeah, because I saw the packaging over here. Oh, my God, they're so cute.
And I told her, I said, I've got a really cute little baggy thing that I can give you that you can put your bunnies in. Because these bunnies, and I said, and you don't want to be careful about who you trade these to, because see, when she has multiples of one thing, she trades.
Yes, she does, and then she has buyer's remorse or
yes,
trader remorse.
And I said, because these are vintage. You don't.
These are not trading bunnies. Yeah. These are keeping bunnies.
Okay, here's some Yooper rocks from the Upper Peninsula of Michigan, and I meant to get a rock. Don't we have a black light somewhere?
Yeah. You want to help clean the garage?
No. Do I have to clean the garage in order to find the black light?
Probably.
That's terrible. But anyway, this rock here glows under the black light.
Now, you know, she has those little, you know, because she does those written messages. You need to have the baby find her little one.
Well, she doesn't know where it is.
Of course she doesn't. And she had like 5 or 6 of them because I bought like a whole pack of them because I figured that that's the way that would all play out. Hi, Brenda.
My address that I have to put
Lizanne.
Inside of my card here. Okay, so now those are the glow-in-the-dark rocks, right? Okay, these are just the rounded off, but look at these. Aren't these wonderful? Izzy was even impressed with these. Oh, they feel so wonderful. But look at this one.
Oh.
Isn't that cool?
Like somebody.
We speculated about how that got there.
Yeah, I would say that because, like see, if they were using it to make fire, like to do the burn thing.
Oh, maybe so. Maybe so.
Some kind of tool situation.
Well, absolutely.
Hi, Pia.
Absolutely love those. And I wrapped those up in the tissue paper. The middle of the tissue paper. I saved this.
Grace says Petoskey stones. Yooper rocks, Petoskey stones.
Oh. Well, there you go.
I love that y'all are knowledgeable about these things.
And then, oh my gosh, I gotta be careful here because I'm messing up.
That's right. Do hit that thumbsy upsies if y'all
willow. I've just about knocked all the pussies off of the willow. And Izzy plucked one off. Right outside my bedroom window in Anchorage, I had a pussy willow tree, and it was so much fun because it would get, of course, snowed on and whatever, and frozen over, and the little parts of the little pussy willow thing would just glimmer in the sunshine.
Do you have I think you even have pictures
of that. I
even
have pictures of that somewhere.
I know.
And then, of course,
ooh,
turkey tail mushroom.
Oh, that was probably, she's like, something in here smells a little funny. I bet you that's what it is.
It is.
Mushrooms are always a little funny smelling.
Anyway.
They're earthy and, you know.
Yes. All right. I love that. And Izzy really enjoyed that too. And then this is lichen.
What you liking that too?
I didn't lick the lichen.
Don't lick the lichen. Ooh.
Yeah.
I'll tell you.
And then a ton of little acorn caps in here, which is cool because she has a lot of the bottom parts downstairs in a container or over, I don't know, somewhere.
That her friend brought her. I mean, a
gallon full.
A gallon size packed full.
Now, and a piece of copper wire.
Ooh, I think that's a little thicker gauge than you got. It is a thicker
gauge than what I've got. I'm
nice
jazzed about that. And I tied this string together and looped it on here. And here's its little bow. When I get ready to use it, I just kind of stuff that inside there and then put all that in here. I may give Izzy the caps and I may not. I don't know.
She's undecided.
But I'm going to gel print this stuff.
Oh,
I thought that would be fun.
I think you should give that to me, and I can put it with my other happy stuff.
Well, all right. I can do that.
Okay, thank you.
And I don't know. I need to put this. Is there something that you could stick my pussy willow in back there? Place for it. And as soon as I open this card, Izzy says, "What is this? This is the
What are you talking about? I don't know. You need to give me
Tejano.
Tejano.
Tejano one of the hoop-de-doo things, the stamps.
Oh, Tiano.
Piano.
Oh, she knew it was the Koki.
The Koki, yes. Yes, that's what you said. Koki. Okay, look at this. So, Arty, she's electric. Look at that capital.
That's so wonderful.
I know.
That's a great card.
Isn't it a wonderful card?
Oh, and I love it. I love the additions to Koki.
Yes, absolutely.
It's very festive.
Very festive. Very
Got
festive.
dressed up for
indeed.
your birthday.
Got dressed up for my birthday. And Izzy wanted to know if she could drink lemon ginger tea. And I said, absolutely, sweetheart. You can. And I think there's 2 of them, so we can have a little tea party. She can have one, and I can have the other one.
Wonderful. I'll hold you to that.
All right. Now I'm going to hand that to Mariah so she can put it on the board.
I need to rearrange some things, but...
And we kind of had a little discussion about this. I said, well, there are 4 of these unicorn things, and I think you probably need to share these with your mother. I'm going to keep the tinfoil. The moire tinfoil. Moire.
That's a moire.
Yeah. I'm going to let you and Izzy have the...
Well, thank you. It's mighty kind of you. I'm going to put it over my... Unicorns and mermaids seem right together, right?
Yes.
Maybe it's a mystical
my gosh.
creature
And look
thing.
at these things. This is just cracks me up. I think that's Eddie Albert there.
Who's Eddie Albert? Is he an explorer?
No, Eddie Albert. He starred with Ava Gabor in some silly show for a lot of years.
Oh, okay, that's a good idea. Alice says that if you cover a flashlight or a phone flash with tape and color it with blue and purple, it filters out most of the visible light, mimicking a black light.
Well, how about that?
That's genius. Thank you, Alice.
I mean, you know, these I love these little books. Number one, I wouldn't.
Tips and tricks, y'all.
Yeah, tips, classified advertising here. I love reading these. Jewelry making and rock hounds.
See, they even existed then.
Hearing aids, genuine furs.
Oh.
Costume and gemstone jewelry. Cookbook. Contests. Coins. I mean, yeah, I really find this most.
Hey, Lynn.
Now, I cannot do what these. This is why I never did crochet, is because I thought in order to crochet you had to be able to follow instructions.
She doesn't.
I just make stuff that you don't need to follow instructions.
She's a free ranger.
But look at those booties there. Booties with cuffs. Now, I would like to make booties with cuffs, but I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm just going to let somebody else make those. Look at that sweater.
I would love to have that sweater, although I'm thinking that's probably pretty warm. And it's not a Texas
It looks
sweater.
like it's very heavy duty.
Yeah. She lives up north somewhere.
She do. But here's how to make the little accent things.
Oh.
I know. Very cool, huh?
Mm-hmm. Oh, there's some nuts for you. In good
check
tins.
that pantsuit out. Now, my great-grandmother used to have doilies, and they used to starch them and make them do this.
Well, and Brad's mother makes doilies. We have a ton of them that she has made for us. I wanted to starch them and hang them, like make them mobile.
My great-grandmother, but oh, look at, isn't that a wonderful color? Oh, love that color.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, here's apple crisp cookies.
Oh, she saw that on the outside. Okay. Oh.
The fruit cocktail dessert. Orange walnut cake. That's probably pretty good. Here's a stretch wig.
Hey, Carla. Hey, Angela. Welcome to those of you that have come in. Do say hello in the chat so we can say hello back. Give those thumbs up.
I absolutely love these things, and I do look at them.
Oh,
I've
yeah.
got some cool napkins here.
Yeah.
The kind that you can pull apart. Has multi layers. And Izzy said, oh, look, these are the things that we did.
Well, coffee
I'll
filter
just
starters.
go ahead and keep these out and do some printing on those. today.
There you go. Oh.
And she was very excited about this. I said, well, sweetheart, there's only how many people is coming to her birthday party?
She's allowed to invite 12.
Oh, well, there's 16 napkins here.
There you go. Ducks and ice cream cones, huh? Right.
Yeah. Alrighty. Hey, Jocelyn.
Thank you.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. What a nice, I mean, just, chock full of all the kinds of stuffs
that she loves.
that I love to love. And a nice little carrier here. I can just put them back down in there. Whoops.
Yeah.
That was
a bold move trying to get it all in.
My bow. But I recovered it. I'm keeping the peanuts out because I'll eat those later.
She'll eat those tomorrow morning during my stream.
Don't eat them before, very possibly. Sticking that inside the roll and sticking that inside of that. So I've got all of it, all ready to go. Look at that.
Oh, yeah, we didn't... Who is Edward Albert? Did we clarify that?
Eddie Albert. Yes.
Yeah.
He was... I wish I could remember the name of the show. Green Acres.
Oh.
Green Acres. Do, 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 do.
There you go.
Yeah.
Zsa Zsa Gabor, right?
Zsa Zsa.
Zsa Zsa.
Zsa Zsa. Yeah, she was a hot mess up. Whatever. Okay. All right. So I can't remember what I showed you. Did I show you that?
Mm-hmm.
Did I show you that?
No. I feel like that's a different one.
And I'm pretty sure that I showed you this. But we're going to work on some of these today, and I'm going to show you what I did over here. I do like to keep those things out.
Oh, yeah, the green thing on the back there is a cricket mat that she's cut the edges off of because they start to crack after we've had them for a long, long time because we cut a lot of stuff. Well, maybe that's not obvious. We cut a lot of stuff. And they do wear out. Like, they start to, especially when we had the cricket makers, they added a lot of extra pressure to the mats, and they just would warp, and then they start to crack on the edge. And after a while, like, they don't cut well anymore when they do that.
And so then I get them, and I chop them.
Mm-hmm.
Anywho, okay, so I've still got some of these. I want to do something to this side because it kind of got lost in the shuffle.
Yeah.
And I think we can make that look better. I'm not sure about this. I do want to do something to it, but it's just so grand, just like it is with all its little, whatever. But check this out. So what I did...
Darcy, if y'all haven't seen it, Darcy used her stamps in a video the other day. And this is very Darcy-esque. Not only in the fact that you've used her thing, but color-wise. And
yeah, and I did it yesterday because I wanted it to be dry. It's still a little...
Well, those...
Yeah, I need to put something over the top of that. But what I thought I would do here in these dark areas is take the... I can't remember what I did. I think I put them up. Oh, well, we may not do that.
Oh, that's a good announcement, Sherry. Sherry says that as it is library book sale season, at least where she lives, don't forget the kids' board books to snatch up for journals. I really do want to kind of do that. Like, Izzy was really hard on this one book. Like, there's just no save. Like, we wouldn't be able to, like, put it back together as is. So I think if we did something with it, I wouldn't feel bad about it.
Yeah,
it's beyond repair.
I don't mind.
Yeah,
taking a perfectly good book apart
is hard.
I'm not in favor of that.
We wanted to.
Oh my gosh, there was a pussy willow.
Just
stuck to the...
One fell off over there too.
Yeah,
they're everywhere.
I guess, All right, now what I want to do to this is I want to seal it.
Mm-hmm. Seal it. Do it. We're gonna seal it with.
And I have cleaned up and moisturized my plates. I'm going to scoot this over just ever so slightly because then I don't get it mussed about. Oh, I should show my little papers that I made, and we're going to do some more of this with the combo colors.
Those are beautiful. I love the blue and orange together.
I know, me too.
Go Broncos.
Anyway, these will just go into, I will give them to Mariah, and she just puts them in order in orders as an extra.
I do.
Okay, so we want to seal this. And in order to seal it, I want to seal it with something that is transparent so that I don't lose the details that I've got on here.
Yeah.
Right? Everybody understands that?
Yes.
All right, good. And what I think I'm going to do is I think I'm going to use the pink.
Yeah, because then you'll go purpley with the bluish areas and then amp up kind of the orangey, pinky.
Because we don't want to dull out anything here. And this is really about the only choice that we've got.
And any dulling that will happen would probably be with the green stuff, which it'll kind of go brownish. And I think that that's probably most ideal.
I think so too. Anyway, that's
where we're going with this.
My thought here.
Those are my thoughts too, Patricia.
Excellent. I just love it when we agree on things right off the right out of
Don't count on that, y'all.
Right out of the chute. Little rodeo lingo here.
Rodeo lingo.
My dadgum.
Yeah, you got some things going on with that. There you go.
Now we're rolling. Literally.
It's helpful when the sprayer rolls.
I got to get rid of my pussy willow refuge here. I don't want that to end up out here.
No.
Now, you do not have to seal this stuff, but you do need to keep it in mind as you're, going about your business, because if you wet it up again, you're not going to be happy.
So, Lygia wants to know that, or was it Lygia? Lizzie Jean wants to know, did you seal the crackle one? Did you do anything to the crackle one?
I haven't yet.
Yeah, I don't really know what the answer to that one is.
Yeah, I don't know either. I've got to. I want to try it on something else because I don't want to screw up that. I know so
it's really good.
That I just, I'm really.
Oh, that's very nice.
Now, see, it did. See what happened here? That's that ink. Blue stuff is the ink from the stamp pad. But isn't this cool here? Where it didn't, take all the way. Mm-hmm. But it's still going to work as a sealer for that. Okay.
For the most part.
For the most part. For the most part.
I like to clarify that because I don't want people to think, oh, well, this is gonna, one and done.
No, I'm just gonna.
It go still ahead may give.
Pull this business up here with this piece of paper
and. Liz Jean says, "How about hairspray to seal it?" Well, you could use the one spray stuff.
Yeah, we really could.
That's probably the most ideal. I'm still a little worried because it is paint, so it's slick. Like, in a way, you have to think about your acrylic paint is already a sealant because it is a plastic-based situation.
Yeah.
So I don't know if the spray fixative or hairspray or any of that stuff will actually adhere to it in the way that it would paper, chalk, watercolor, things that are going to have more of a tooth to it naturally. Just some things to kind of think about.
Now, this is
Hey, ever after.
That's what I did to get the circles onto this paper.
Yeah, this is the new one. This is Circular Stream by Brad.
Okay, so basically what I'm going to do here is we're going to get down some circles. And remember, these are all fairly transparent.
Yeah.
I can't, this one is less so than the others.
Right.
But these are all kind of transparenty. So I'm thinking that that's going to, you know, be kind of interesting. Hopefully it's going to be kind of interesting. Now this one is kind of opaque. So we'll just kind of put it down the middle here.
Hey, Sandy. Lizzie Jean has ordered this.
She's ordered it.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Anything that you see in one of those squeezy bottles like that doesn't have, like, you know, like actual labeling on it, or I mean, it's handwritten, those are gonna be mixtures of some sort. Even like with the, was it the Lucas Krill? No.
Jane Davenport.
Right. Well, there's the Jane Davenport, but then you also, it was the paints that Sonia sent, but they were in the really big bottles, and she put them into the smaller bottles. But when she did put them in the smaller bottle, she did mix in the airbrush medium or a little of the glazing medium.
Yeah, I didn't get as much variety up there as I really wanted.
Hi, Jerry.
But it's still, I think it's still going to be okay. Because now that we have this down.
No worries, Nancy.
Off of here.
But yes, you can safely kind of assume that unless the bottle has its original, you know, branding on it and labeling, that it has been altered somehow.
Yeah.
And then if there's little handwritten notes on it, it has definitely been altered.
And sometimes I do try to put down things that
The important.
Yeah.
The start. If it stays that way, that's a totally different thing.
I'm just going ahead and taking off this little bit of edge because this is usually what gets you in trouble. And I know I mention that every time, but
I think it's worth
I don't
mentioning.
always remember to do this. But this plate is nice and clean.
Like Gia mentioned that. She's, oh, it's nice to see it when it's all clean and then you muck it up.
Well, we all know that happens. Okay, now what I want to do is I want to let this dry and then come back with...
That is a very good question, Lizzie Jean. Go ahead.
With one of the other, and I've lost my little samples of the colors.
Oh, because you put them over here. That's why. And then I put them underneath here.
No, the little swatch thing of the colors.
This thing?
No, I gave you that because I thought you might want to use that on your, you know, this little thing that you printed out.
This thing?
Yeah, that thing.
You also gave that to me.
Okay. So, we've got this color down here, and I'm not really sure. It's kind of an in-between because I did put down this color here.
Yeah.
So, I think if I go and we go with a little more of this color to pull this with, I think it's going to be interesting. All right, I will hand you that.
Now, I think this is a good little break and we can answer Lizzie Jean's question, which is a fantastic question and something that we should probably, you know, mention at least, you know, once a stream or anytime that we're gel printing. She says that she sees some artists put the paint down first, then the stencil. What's the difference? Do you put your stencil first? It just depends on what you want.
Yeah. If I don't want any paint, where the stencil is. You know.
Okay, so some ways to think about it is, all right, do you want what is in the holes, the orifices, and then how do you want that? Because that's not to say that you can't get that when you put down paint, then stencil, then put paper, pull that image through. It's different. But see, you get a cleaner and more crisp image if you do it this way, but then you're going to have to pull it. So then that's going to create some different situations on, okay, well, if you do want a nice crisp image straight away, that's not necessarily going to happen. I mean, you could put a piece of paper down and pull it, but it still has a smushy factor to it.
Okay, so let's just go ahead and let's just do this,
yeah.
Okay? We'll do what Mariah just said. We will put the paint down, and you notice I've got some good crackly stuff going on here. We'll use this. I love this color so much. Here are the balls.
More balls are on their way, by the way.
That's good, because I think some of these are a little shy. I need a few more to clunk around in there.
She feels like there should be at least 2 in them, but I think you can get away with 1.
I'm leaning towards 2 or 3. Okay.
Oh, yes. And see the flop off that's like right down here with the brayer off situation. That's kind of another deal. Like that's what you're going to get.
I really don't want to do that over the top of that one because I'm kind of liking that one.
Okay.
So I'm going to get a new piece of paper here.
Okay. And that's some good terminology to kind of, for us to repeat as well.
And keeping that piece of paper down there kind of lets me know on these larger gel plates where my paper is going to be that, you know, ostensibly.
All right. Gives you kind of a target zone. Oh, Gary's a two bead in a bottle. He agrees with that. Some things to keep in mind when you're doing this technique right here and you want to get a flop off, you want to ideally have paints or be in an area where your paints do not dry very quickly. That's going to make you more successful in creating that flop off situation. Now this is a little bit tricky and something to keep in mind whenever you're choosing the different stencils, because this technique of pulling it through, when you have wider orifices, the design is larger in the areas that you're going to be pulling through, you're going to be more successful.
But see how I'm coming in, because you really do have to push. It's like Mariah said, the smaller the orifices, the more attention you need to pay to doing what I'm doing right now with a paper towel.
Also, paper matters in this situation. You're going to get a better pull through the stencil with tissue or a lighter weight paper, or you're going to need to really give it a lot of pressure as you're pushing through, especially in the smaller areas.
I will bring that back in just a moment.
Hey, Jenny.
But I do want to hurry up and get this off of here, because there is a chance that I could get somewhat of a flop off here. Probably not a lot. You don't get as much as if you just do it on top. No, it's not.
Yeah.
But
so that's a flop off over onto the brayer off.
And we're going to put this one down.
This would be considered what people call like a ghost print, because there's already been something pulled off of it or through it. So it's kind of a second generation, like you're not getting a direct image. Hi, Sophia. And welcome to those of you that have come in. Do say hello in the chat so we can say hello back. Give those thumbsy upsies if you haven't already. If you're watching on replay, thank you very much. Let us know in the comments below. And be sure to give those thumbsy upsies there as well.
Now, had I left that on there, I would have had more linear.
Thank you, ever after.
I would have pulled those lines up.
Yeah.
But doesn't that look cool?
And so something to, those are things to consider. These more frosty, ghosty, that's why they call it kind of a ghost print, because you're not getting like 100% paint. But that's where you get that cool, like, texture-y.
So here you've got the positive, and here you've got the negative.
But nothing negative about that. It's all positive.
Yeah.
Does that help?
I hope
and
so.
There's no right or wrong to it. It's what do you want?
What you want. And I can't tell you how many years I pulled prints before I really...
It's funny how it just kind of clicks and you're like, oh.
You're just going, oh, yeah.
Okay.
All right, yeah. Sometimes I still have to think about it.
Oh, we do. And we discuss it.
And we talk about it. All right, I want to pull this one. Because remember we did this with the mandalas the last time we were here, and put it down on this really grungy paper where a lot of this stuff was left, and we're going to see if it's going to come up. I don't know. This is Naples yellow in the Ara paint.
Mm-hmm.
When you do this, the reason I'm doing this is because if it catches, see, like right there.
Okay, you got to push it up a little bit because, okay, there we go. Now we're in frame. There we go.
That's as good as I can go there.
Yeah.
See what's happening there?
This is why cracking them edges is...
And if you go along here and you just do this, it's going to be, I mean, there's still a possibility that some of it is going to get caught and torn. But a lot less than if you just rip at it.
Yeah. And if you've worked hard at layering up something, it's worth taking the time to go through and...
Yes, because you want... A lot of times the most interesting part of your print is on this edge that we're trying to preserve here.
Mm-hmm.
And get up. Because there's a lot of layers on this particular print. Remember the paper pulled off of the other print that we pulled?
Yeah.
And it was still on the plate.
Lygia says that those mandalas make her think of the Gallifreyan language of the Time Lords from Doctor Who. She's being a sci-fi nerdy now. Well, we like that. There's a lot of crossover here.
That's coming up. This print has been on here since the other day.
Thursday.
Absolutely holding my breath here.
Mm-hmm. Now, if y'all own the Quilted Crop Circle stencils, these are now the stamps. We have stamps now, if y'all weren't here Thursday.
Oh man, that was a good
well
pull.
Done. Thank God I didn't video it though, because that would have been like,
yeah,
okay.
That would have been okay. But see, I've got this stuff down here that I need to take care of, and I will take care of that. Just not right now.
With the tape.
With the tape.
Mm-hmm.
Let's bring this back and see how much. Okay, you can see here's the edge. You got this edge, and this edge worked out really well. But all of that leftover paper that was on there, it came off. The only way you can do that is allowing it to dry.
You said paper, but it's paint.
Allowing the paint to dry onto the paper and then pulling it once it is completely dry. This is probably, what, 3 days old?
Yes, and you also need wet strength tissue if you're going to do it with the lighter weight tissue business.
But this piece of paper is heavy.
The other thing to consider, so, if you aren't doing it with wet strength tissue, the type of paper is going to determine how well that print comes up.
Yes.
As well.
And the thing about it is don't just yank. Ease it along and get all of those edges loosened up before you start pulling it, because that's where you get pieces that are still attached.
And using the toothier side of the paper is helpful.
I think it is. I know that we've had people that use both sides and say it doesn't really matter. I think it matters in the ones that you allow to dry.
Yes, because it
completely.
hooks in more.
And is more likely to pull up those layers that have been there for a while. But I think that's quite lovely.
Mm-hmm.
I'm very pleased with that.
Now yank it.
All right. Now what? I wanted to just back over here and you can look at that while I'm trying to find something.
See how much that has changed to just in the little bit of time that it sat over there. And
yeah. And it did kind of brown out the green.
Well, when you first pulled it, that wasn't as noticeable. But I figured that after a minute or two, because it soaks in, and that does alter the color. And it will, like, until it is fully dry, there'll be subtle changes in those colors and how that paint just disperses or penetrates into the different colors of the ink.
I love these colors together. I really do.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I've got this one and I've got this one. And this one has texture to it. Feel, Mariah.
Oh, yeah. Oh, goodness. Yeah, I mean, that's like...
And I think that this is... this is some of the... you know, this micaceous.
Oh, Juliet.
Because remember I did the splots, those things?
Yeah.
So this is the in-between. This was what was left on the plate after I pulled the other, because I don't know what else I did with those, but they're not here anymore. So I mean, they're still here, but I just don't know where they are right at this moment. So what I'm thinking about doing to this is going over this with,
Hey, Sue. Hey, Rosemary. I don't know if I said hello or not.
With this.
Oh, yes. Do that.
In a completely weird color like lime green.
Love it.
This lime green.
Yeah.
Okay.
This is the Pebeo.
Pebeo. Right. Now, on this one, I think that this is so cool.
So cool.
So cool. And I have that here. So what I think I'm going to do...
Oh, yes. Please, thumbsy upsies, y'all. That's the, like it. And if you're feeling real frisky, share it.
Is do a partial...
Okay. In a different color.
In a different color. And put it down on this side.
I love it. Do it.
That's what I'm... feeling right there. I've got to get everybody back on there. Okay, so we've got two prints here.
All right, queued up, planned.
Let's do it.
Calling the shots. See if she remembers.
Okie dokie.
Okay, that glorious stencil there, Handy Scandy. Please keep in mind, once again, P has used her scissors to alter that. But that is the...
Altered what?
That one over there.
Oh, I know. And I think I did a splendid job on that.
You did do a splendid job.
Splendid job on that. I'm going to bring that back here so you can see.
I'm trying to remember which one this is.
Okay. So, I kind of wanted this on either side, and then on the end down here, I went this rounded part here, and then up here, I went again with the little pointy post.
Pointy post.
Pointy post.
I think it's a deco circle or one of those, but it is I think it's a Brad design. Pretty sure about that. Because there's stamps that go with it.
want to get this on the edge here so that I don't have to, and I think some of this is mucky muck underneath. It's sometimes hard for me to really tell. Where the paint is.
Where the paint is.
But I think I've got this edge cleaned off now so that I'm good here. All right, now on this one,
yeah, I got distracted.
I'm going to do this.
Did Mo find it, or Eddie, or in one of them? Wait, y'all. Okay, I'm gonna go.
Okay.
I'm gonna go diving. I can't remember exactly what it is, but.
And then I'm going to flop it off over here on top of this with the green stuff here.
Art Deco circles. That's kind of what I figured. It was, I'm pretty sure, right? Art Deco. Yep. The Art Deco circles, but please keep in mind it has been altered. Like the edge has been. Oh, look at you! Look at Mo and Eddie. And then Darcy in there for the win. Okay. Thank you guys for doing that. But yeah, P came in with the scissors and took off the margin, the edge. Mm-hmm.
And I was going to do that on the circles,
yes,
but
you did hear that right.
I've been happy with the way that they're going so far, so I'm just kind of like not doing that.
Mm-hmm. That was Sue. And she's here. Ever After's asking about the napkins that were coated in the glue. I believe it was glue.
This is pretty flimsy paper here because I got it from Mariah.
I do, Healing. In fact, I bought a jacket the other day that I had all intentions to chop off and make into a vest because, like I said, I kind of wanted a lighter weight vest for the summertime. But I haven't chopped the sleeves off yet because I have actually been enjoying it. In fact, I was considering even going and buying a second one, which seems fairly ridiculous, but because I really do like it. I
disagree with that. I think when you get something you like it, you ought to buy
more of them. And they
Birkenstocks. I have Birkenstocks in just about every color they come in. And
that's those Mia shoes. Remember, I had them in both black and white, and then I accidentally wore one black shoe, one brown, one black. Mm-hmm.
Yes, me too.
Mm-hmm. Ooh, that's fabulous. So what happened here is whenever I photograph the stamps, I stamp them, and I use black ink to stamp them, and that's what ends up in the picture. Well, before I then put the gray pumice distress oxide ink on the stamp to photograph, I stamp off the ink and create those sheets. So that's what that is just my stamp off. And it's kind of cool because it fades out, like as the ink wears off. Just something to keep in mind.
Yeah. All right, I'm just going to add a little bit more punch to this with some
Lalo.
And hopefully, give that kind of pukey pink a little bit of a boost. And still maintain my green, hopefully. Well, let's see if that actually. Oh, this over here's looking really cool. Isn't that pretty?
That's beautiful.
All right, so we still have a little bit of green business going on out here. I don't know that it's enough that any of it's going to be. This is the metallics, remember, they dry really fast.
Yes.
That pulled a little bit off.
Well, it's because your plate was so clean.
This is true.
It's helpful.
And I'm going to put this over here because I think that that's good just like it is. All right, so now we need to think about...
And if you're wondering what those kind of color shifting metallic paints are, those are the latest ones we have, which are these Albier iridescent ones. They were sent to us by Sonia. Thank you, Sonia. So sweet. But they are just, you can find Shuttle Arts. There's about 20 different brands if you're real curious about them. You can find them on Amazon. There are other places, though. Y'all know.
Very much so. All right, now what I'm thinking here...
She liked that. Lori says, I like that more than I thought I was going to. We feel that about a lot of things.
Like what?
That last one, I think, the last poll.
Oh.
She ended up liking it more than she thought she was going to.
Well, sometimes I do too, and then sometimes I'm real disappointed because I'm like, well, that
didn't turn out at all like
out anyway. Anyhow, like I wanted it to. I'm trying to get this straight before Mariah starts hollering now.
Yeah, I'm trying not to pay attention to you.
Okay, I think I've got it pretty straight. This isn't straight. Okay.
If you want it all straight, you gotta line it up.
Now, the reason I'm moving down a little bit here is because I want, and I don't know if this looks, does this look the same? I don't know. This looks like a better end. Yeah, I don't know. I did a better job of doing the...
That's probably the one you started with.
Those look better. Because remember, I'm going to put this down right like this.
Yeah. You're
and
moving
I'm not going to like get the whole thing, just partial. Right? Everybody understands that. Now we need to talk about what color we're going to use here.
I think you should use like a maroon or like a purpley something, reddish. That's my thought. Or you could go brown, which might be interesting. Because I do think it shouldn't, you know, you don't want it to be black. I mean, that was obvious, I think.
Right.
Or maybe even Prussian, if you want to stay in that bluish kind of thing. That's a thought. But I like the reddish because there's a little red. You got some pinky tones in there.
I do.
And that might make those make more sense.
Very, very possible. Very possible. I don't know. I'm just worried that that's a little bit too opaque.
It's going to have more impact than even the black, which I think is a good concern that you get. Like you said, like it's gonna then go, oh, well, that was too much.
Right.
So maybe like a coppery color or something.
Well, now that's a thought. I haven't thought about that.
She's setting booby traps for me, y'all. I just want y'all to know that. She sets booby traps. Here. Here.
Well, I think it's going to really punch up the blue. Okay, the reason I'm going to go for this is because I think I can, because of the opacity, it's very opaque. I can come back in and hit this with my washout mixture and up the blue on both ends once it's dry.
Now you're going to flop that off, correct?
No, I'm going to put this down. Here,
Are you sure about that?
Yeah, I am sure.
Okay. I don't think what we thought, well, certainly not what I thought was happening is happening. Well, sometimes happens this way. Oh, wow, that is a record. Paula went to the store 7 minutes.
Woohoo!
It's so funny, like,
Now, I don't know how far down I want this to go.
I think that's about right. I feel like that's good.
You feel like that's good?
I do. I still don't really understand. You're doing the reverse.
Yes.
Okay.
I'm trying to.
I missed that part.
I'm trying to.
Mm-hmm.
And I want to get this perfectly at the top here.
Don't mind the hat. She's gotta line things up here, y'all. Well, it's down. Just push it. Push it real good. Yeah, yo, baby pops. If you know, you know. I want that dance to come back. That's why I was like, yeah, y'all get all that, because that's probably not what's gonna happen.
Look at that. There's a hole in the paper.
There's a hole.
I don't know when that
when that hole happened.
When that hole happened, I was very unaware of that hole happening. Oh, well.
There's another.
We'll just take that and move that over there. Uh-oh. Hopefully this is going to come off of here without pulling a whole lot of paper. Just a little bit.
I was a little worried about that, but then I was like,
That's okay.
She got away with that because there was already paint on the stencil. Look at that. Did you want it to be punchier? You should have gone with the purpley color.
I should
See,
have.
had I known
it was
that,
too close to that other color.
Had I known you were doing the reverse, and this kind of ghosty situation.
Well, let's see if we can still pull it out here.
It's still very beautiful. I'm pleased with that.
I'm okay with it. But what we're going to do here is we're going to see if we can up our ante here.
Yeah, Nancy's in love with it. Hold on.
Hold on.
Give her time.
Yeah.
It's a process. That was good healing. I like that.
Well, that one's not going to fit down into the lid. Here, this one.
Oh, that's nice. Well, you're kind of coming at this a little early.
Yeah, I'm getting a little bit of my.
Yeah, because why I said that is because the paint hasn't fully dried, so really she's just smushing it about.
Work down here on this end where it is dry.
Okay, what are you putting on there? Because I don't know if you told us or not. It's a washout, right?
And
Okay.
It wouldn't help you to know. Because I
started out with what was in that bottle, but that really ain't it. I mean, you know, at its essence, it is.
Mixed airbrush medium has been added to this, but look at now. See, isn't that gorgeous?
You need to, you had to pump up those areas that were showing.
Yes.
To get the pattern of the copper to have a little bit more contrast.
Yes. And I may still come back in and do black on this side.
Or, yeah.
I don't know. We shall see.
But you gotta let it dry.
But yeah, it has to dry. Because it really, see, it in places it's soaked through. That's all right. It'll dry. It'll be fine. All right, now where's the other one that I wanted to do something with here? Okay, now this is where I really don't need a, I don't need a jump plate here.
No, you're just gonna, what
Put
are you
it down
doing?
on the paper.
What are you doing?
We're going to do some
Dabbing.
dabbing. And I like to keep bringing this up because I think that there's that point where you've got a, oh, come on. Everybody needs to cooperate up here. That's when there's still paint on your stencil. Get stuck together. Cooperate. Okay, so basically what I want to do here is I don't want anything to happen out here. I like this area, these two areas. I'm thinking that this needs something.
Are you dabbing or pointing?
Well, actually a little of both, because if I'm just using the stencil just like it is, I'll just put it down and leave it. But when I'm doing this kind of stuff,
That's pointing.
That's pointing. So that's what we're going to do. Now I'm going to grab my little yogurt lids here. And what I'm going to do is go ahead and come back in with some white.
Hey, she has made that, like, you know, she started out that way. So Sophia says, I do like that P is strategic in her brayer off placement very often. Unlike herself, who just keeps piling on the color and color until it's a hot mess. That's how she started out, but then she's like, hey, every once in a while there would be these ones, and then she'd keep it signed, and then she's like, well, if I just purposefully brayer, there's more opportunity.
Took a long time to get there.
Yeah.
And the reason I put down this piece of foam stuff here is I get better brayer offs because of the squishiness of the foam. Now, it does get so after a while, it's just like, nah, it's not squishing anymore. Here's my favorite little.
Yes, Lygia. So here's the thing. Dabbing is like what you do through a stencil. The pattern is there. You keep it the same. There isn't any movement to it. Pointing creates a more textural difference, and you move the stencil around, and that way it's not exactly as it is on the stencil. And if you want to know more about the PM isms, because you know we love to put a little name and claim it. Name it and claim it over here at PM Artist Studio. Y'all can see that over on our website in a little thing we call PM isms. We've got a glossary.
Aye, that we do.
And Mo helps me keep up with that.
If
Thank
you
goodness.
put this on your plate, you don't have to worry about it going places on you.
And there you go. Mo has dropped in that link to the PM glossary on our website.
Now, see this hard line here? I really want to get rid of that. See how? So you just line them up there.
Yes, Eddie.
Is Eddie here today?
He is, and he's on point.
Is he making fun of my?
No, he's just he's doing what Eddie does, which is added value to the chat.
Added value. Now see how much more interesting that is than just having it.
Him and the nerd crew. But this is why he's the king, and Paul's the queen.
And I am going to kind of, you know, work at getting some of that darker edge more integrated rather than just having it suddenly, you know, go.
Yeah, I think this is the titanium, right?
Titanium white, yes.
Yeah. And did we ever figure out, is this the open one or? not.
This is not the open one.
Okay.
But I'm not sure.
Mm-hmm. I love that. Annie says she comes for P&M, but she stays for the chat. I need that. Maybe we need that as a shirt. I watch P&M, but I stay for the chat. The chat's where it's at. That's exactly right, Lindsay. That's exactly right.
And I just keep moving it around until it's got something, you know, that I want wherever I want it.
Right, and this stencil is great for creating some frothiness.
I mean, look at that. Isn't that just absolutely gorgeous?
It's fabulous.
Fabulous. Fabulous. Fabulous. Okay, so now I want...
Have you been watching that online?
What?
Eddie said that he was at Coachella most of the weekend, so I think he's been watching it. I saw that they were like you could watch it online. It's probably better access to bathrooms. That's my thought. I'm very concerned about bathroom access.
Well, we certainly have an awareness because of our sweet darling.
Yes, ever since Izzy has come into our life, my awareness is heightened.
I'm kind of like Jack Nicholson. I don't pass them up.
That's right.
They're available.
Just use it. I'm here.
Now what I'm doing is just the opposite. I'm getting some of the orange down into the green. Isn't that great?
Yes. Oh, Mo's been watching Coachella too. Look at you, Mo. Oh, maybe next year, you know, we can all go stay at Margie's house and then go to Coachella.
Oh.
She doesn't know what that is.
I don't. What is it?
It's a big concert thing, like a whole like festival weekend. Yeah.
Oh
yeah,
God,
she's
no.
not interested in that at all.
Oh hell no. I'm way past those days. Now, I think this is just turning out to be stunning.
Mm-hmm. Hey, Christina. Healing says that we need all those words and phrases and elements on a page. We have... Was it Eddie? Eddie, were you working on that? For the PMisms? I can't remember. Sorry. I know one of our peoples was working on the PMisms. Because I'm not going to do it. Yeah. I think they would be better as stamps. Because it's a lot easier to do word stuff in stamps than it is stencil. Although we have it. It's just, it's a particular font. Yeah, so, yeah, it's been done. Eddie did that. I just haven't done anything with it yet. That's my bad. Calling myself out. This is lovely, Patricia.
Do you think this is lovely?
Oh, it makes Carla want sherbet. It is very sherbety.
It is very sherbet-y.
I did it. And now I'm planning birthday stuff, which is
okay. I'm calling it done.
Yeah. Speaking of the baby.
Now we can do the same thing to this one because
I don't know, but that's fine.
Well, it's just not very interesting.
Yeah.
And because it's fairly transparent, even though I am using white here. I think I'll just head out across here.
Yes. Into the wild blue yonder.
Galloping
wild green yonder.
Gallop across the page.
Yes.
Be bold.
Be spontaneous. It's more coral. I don't know that I would call it orange. I feel like it's more coral or salmon, depending on how much white is being added there. Mm-hmm. Hi, Diane. Yeah, these all go really well. And, you know, we can blame Paula and Carrie for all the dot nonsense. They're really bringing out the dots in us. We're getting dotty. Because we like to potty. That made me giggle. Mm-hmm.
My arm gets tired after a while.
This is good for you.
This is hard work.
Switch it up. You need to be ambidextrous with your pointing. Oh, thank you. I was waiting for that, Eddie.
What?
I was waiting to hear on whether my, you know, funnies were funny or if it was just a bad attempt. Lizzie Jean, there is, so if y'all would put in the sketchy, I think it's sketchy dots, there's a dotted by Carrie. I know that's right, Carrie. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Hi, Brandy.
Okay. So that's a companion piece for this one.
Friends. Still think some more needs to be done with it, but, you know, it's heading in the right direction.
Yeah. That.
And you know what would be even cool, like, with that would be, you know, you could cut those up and then put them onto a master board. So you could patchwork them and then kind of, you know, a next level to them. That might be kind of interesting. Or even cutting out some of the main circle parts and then layering that with the other one would be an interesting way to go about it, a master board start.
Or go ahead and do what I did with my other little, cut them up into, you know,
your squares.
My rectangles.
Yeah.
And then decide what to do with each rectangle, because when you cut them up, you get different stuff going on.
100%.
And that's when you bring in your see that's looking very.
Ooh, Pia says, how about freshening them up with some light blue dots? That would be a very nice color to go, you know, adding next into that.
It would be
a beautiful, addition.
It would be.
Kind of a baby blue, sky blue, or even like the light phthalo blue. You know, I love the light phthalo. Maybe a little punchier than that, just because you've got to compete with those colors that are already there. That may be just a little too light. But if you put a little dab of...
I think it's good.
You do?
I think it's good to go. I think it's good to go, but I think that this needs to be added as an afterthought and added to, yeah, the mix. All right, so what do we got going here? All right, I'll bring this one over. And we're going to do a little mixy business here.
Yes, I think that the next level would be like to stamp some things on them. That would be great. And we do have some, I don't know if we have a, you know, the blue that would look good stamp wise would be our crazy mix of it's the Uncharted Mariner, but that would be a good stamping color.
I think you could be absolutely right. Now this it turned into kind of a brownie.
Hey Francis. And welcome to those of you that have come in. Do say hello in chat so we can say hello back. Give those thumbsy upsies if you haven't already. If you're watching on replay, well, you're, I don't know if you popped in or skipping around, but welcome. Let us know in the comments and give those thumbsy upsies. Okay, then. You have to do it yourself, yeah. It's a DIY. Basically, it's just cutting the edges off. Basically. Now that one you did point the edges on the Art Deco circles that you trimmed the. Correct?
What is it?
On the Art Deco circles stencil.
Oh, yeah, I trimmed that edge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She made them.
Oh, I made that. I took a lot of time on that one because I think this was my second one that I've had.
Yeah. That's funny, Gray.
I mean, I just, you know, I'm so excited about this stencil because it has all the different the different sizes of holes. And I can utilize them accordingly.
Oh, you just says it looks like grape clusters on the vine now. That's good, Carla. And good placement. I love that periwinkle color.
Cool looking. Yeah, I'm liking that.
All right, we got 36 minutes to
I don't
make what other magic happen that you want to make happen.
I don't really, you know, just carrying on here and doing my
doing your thing.
Thingy thing here.
Oh, bye, Lori. Thanks for hanging. I mean, we can, you know, if we need to call it, we can call it, but.
Stuff's falling over here, folks. We're having to reevaluate our
space.
This is kind of a cleanup print where we're just wanting to get a lot of stuff off the plate. And remember, this was the stars.
There's just, they've been given for over a week.
These are the leftover stars. Now we have a lovely veiny blue business going on here also. And that red that you're seeing there is on the paper underneath. Wish you could smell it. It smells like.
Because that's the newer plate.
It smells like vanilla.
Mm-hmm. Oh, Lizzie Jean says you were going to show the cut pieces.
Cut pieces.
Well, she already showed these. Did you have more?
No, but I was going to go ahead and cut some here.
Oh, maybe that's what she's talking about. Stars and lightning. Mm-hmm. Hi, Joanne.
Because I want to show you another thing that I did with the tissue paper on those pieces.
I see that.
It was really the edge of... Okay, so basically what I do when I do these is I take 3 of them.
Please keep in mind she does not have a guard on her guillotine cutter. If this makes you nervous, look away. Do not do this at home. We don't recommend it. She's a professional. Oh, Becky says if you're going to start some new prints, she wants to see Rhonda's paperclip stencil in action.
See what?
Rhonda's paperclip stencil, because remember we have some other new stencils. We just got stuck on the dots because we were doing the mark making business.
And I know what you're talking about. The paper clips.
Yeah, have you buried? She may have buried him. We may need to.
I think I've got the small one, which. Now see, look how cool these look.
Mm-hmm.
When you cut them like this, you just get a whole different feel for the composition. And that's why a lot of times it's just as well to hold off on doing anything else to them till you get them in this state that they're going to be in right now.
Right.
Just look at that. I mean...
Whole new world.
Whole new world. Whole new world. Alright. Now, I don't think paper clips is going to work with any of this, but...
Okay, the paper cutter has been put away.
Yeah, you can all come back and
yeah,
and look now.
Mm-hmm.
Now see, that one just blah. I like this one, but I think that it would benefit from something up here. And it's kind of half and half.
Oh, well, we could bust out with some of the new stamps, too. Well, you did Darcy's stuff.
Now,
We
see,
got
this one turned out,
beans.
this one's pretty good.
Oops, sorry.
And look at
Bumped
this.
myself
Isn't
there.
this wonderful? I mean, I really, and I think these are just perfect like they are. I'm not sure that they need anything else. These all kind of need something. And see, look at that. Isn't that wonderful? And this one kind of got kind of blobbed out here, so we can come in
All right,
with
here's
some
what kind of fit on here.
more stuff.
And this is sort of a mix of the latest stuff.
Oh, all right. I'll tell you what. Well, okay. You know, I love me some beans.
Yeah, she. Oh, and here's the smaller of the. And then I do have the Uncharted Mariner, which I think would look good with some of those, if not maybe all, a little bit.
No, I don't. I think it's not right.
It's not right.
It's not the right one. So I'm gonna just put that right there. I don't think I really want that. And I don't know. let's see here.
Oh, here's the purpley, and I think it's been altered. Yeah, that might go well with your one.
What I need is I really need a dark blue, and I think
Oh.
I've got it over here.
Here. Hi.
That's a good one.
And I don't think that has been... I don't know. I really don't like saying that has not been altered, because it probably has.
It probably has.
But it feels fairly original.
A lot of times if I'm doing something different too, I'll put some paper. I think that what I've done is I've used the manganese on this.
Well, Juliet, the thing is that particular one that she used is an IMPP, meaning that it had gotten ripped up, and so it wasn't in its original. That looks lovely. That needs to dry.
Yes, that needs to dry.
Ink on paint. And
that's not good.
Yeah. And we're also, unsure about the makeup of the ink. It may require more than... Yeah. Oh, I like that. Nice. You hit that curve just right.
That's some pretty wino stamping there.
That is the 3.5 one. So there's the 3.5 and then a 4.5. Brad couldn't make it any smaller than that because otherwise, something was gonna have to go.
Something was gonna have to go. Okay, I'm gonna try to get it in right into this area right here without obliterating, you know.
Yeah, it's big. And then the other one is even bigger, and it's like, we try not to make any of the stamps over 5 inches any longer. Just, number one, they're harder to stamp. There are some that do it. But it's like with the ink pad, and just it's a trickier situation, and just not everybody has big ink pads or the space or the all the things that require one to have when stamping big stamps. So 3.5 is a very good situation. Okay, I think you should use a different one. I'm bored with this one.
Okay, I am.
Switch it up. Switch it up.
Switch it up. Okay.
Bueno.
I really like this little jobber here.
This is one of Darcy's of the, I think, last month's. So it's the Feathery Trio. And if you want to see Darcy using her stamp, she just put out a video yesterday, I believe.
That's lovely.
And it's just so Darcy. I love. And she'll tell me sometimes to pick which one, and I can't. So then it ends up being a trio. Because each one has its own little thing, it's hard. Oh, Lizzie Jane. Oh, that looks fabulous. See, and that color of that stamp pad is like a Prussian blue, which was perfect. I knew it needed that.
It's actually, I think it's called manganese.
Well, you've put manganese with whatever was there before. So that's why I'm saying don't trust us on ink pad color or ink color.
Now, I got this going on down here, so I really do want to bring in something a little more leafy. And I think that will be this.
Oh, look at that.
Doesn't that look rich and wonderful?
So right there, it's like it's such a cool representation, and you can see such varied styles, but mixed in this way. So because it started out as the so the IMPP of the Journey Home one. I'm sorry, I don't know which one because I don't know which one.
Oh, you're talking about
because there's three.
Froyal's,
Yeah, stencil.
Yeah. Okay, let me bring.
And then there were some. Okay, so then the new one, the circular. So there's the one. It has the
this is the flop off here.
Yeah, but that's the stencil, but it's been altered because it's an IMPP. Like, didn't come off the plate right.
This, I like it better with all of the holes and the negative space in it.
It gives you, yeah, because you have more opportunity to then add things in those areas.
Yes.
Which is that's if you want to alter yours. Or let me tell you, those of you that bought IMPP packs probably ended up with a Journey Home because it's one of those ones that it's very finicky because it's got a lot of detail. And then we should be having IMPP packs sometime soonish. I just need P to help me sort them and pack them. Because she's good at that with me. And I will be tomorrow. Thank you guys for mentioning the facets of personality. I will be finishing that tomorrow. We're gonna do the spread. It's gonna get done. I have backgrounds. I have all the things, and there is the link. So Eddie put a link into Makers. If you go to the top of the, whether you're on your phone or wherever, it just kind of depends. But you will see either a featured, like as in like navigation, there's going to be a featured area, or those posts that show up at the very top. You can scroll through those, and Eddie's collage prompts will be there.
Sometimes when I'm really, kind of thinking about this, I will just go ahead and take and stamp and see if I'm looking at that and I'm thinking about that, and I'm glad I did it over here because I don't think I'm going to use it. There's just too much going on with those little individual.
You're gonna lose them. Your little furry bits.
My cool design going on here. So basically, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to use the tips of some of my feathery doodles. Feathery doodles. Feathery doodles.
IMPPs are the imperfectly perfect. So whenever we have the boys come and scrape the mats, if like even just the other day, like every once in a while, Cricket just decides to freak out, like, and it doesn't cut the thing right, or puts a, I mean, because it's like the connection gets lost and it just totally spazzes out, and it went cut it. I was like, okay, well, lovely, and it was almost all the way done. So we can't sell that, obviously. So they go into, we have the boys clean them, but just kind of throw them into a big box. And then we will put anywhere from, 10 or 11-ish. Kind of depends on, we look at the designs and it's like, okay, well, does that seem fair to charge? Like, because we will just put them in as a packet, and this is how much it is, and you get what you get. Oh, that's lovely. It's like little dragons were having a meeting.
Absolutely.
Dragon noses.
Oh, and I really love this one just like it is, but what I want across the bottom here is I want just a little bit of business going on here. Business. And I think this one's going to be the straightest one.
We list them in the store. That's why it's kind of a good idea. We like to... It's a good idea to show up here because I will announce it here. I want you guys that show up to the streams to have first access to those before we list it, and then we'll turn it on probably during a stream. But yeah, it's a good deal. We used to just like give them away during big old giveaways, but we've gotten to a point where like we want to do big giveaways at bigger points, and we usually end up, if we wait that long, we have so many that it and y'all were requesting like having packets or packs available to purchase, so that's what we've been doing since this last round of giveaways. Oh yeah, we do. We do. And in fact, I mean, it's kind of crazy. Like, we haven't listed new things on Etsy in a very long time just because it's expensive and kind of a pain to do it. But we get new business over on Etsy all the time. Plus, we do advertising outside of like, you know, Google and things of that nature to bring traffic to the website. And then anything that you guys do really does help. I mean, if you post in other groups talking about and showing the work that you do and saying that, hey, I got this stencil or this stamp at PM Artist Studio, that makes a huge. It's noticeable. Like, it's funny. Sometimes I know when our designers or other folks have done videos because something that maybe was a little older or whatever starts to become popular and people start to order it. So that's always interesting. Yeah. Yeah, we're not into setting up any new things outside of our website. Like, the Etsy thing was just something that we started in the very beginning, so we continued doing it. You've got 15 minutes.
Well, I can do all
Just busting
kinds
that
of
on
things.
Big Red.
15.
We need to just name that Big Red.
Big Red.
That one is fairly unaltered.
Vermilion. It really is. The only thing it's altered by is dirty stamps. You know, where I haven't cleaned off the stamp and just because I'm lazy and I don't feel like doing that.
Kat says, I love the way that you changed the color combo card. I'm getting a paper journal and going. So there is one that they post in Makers that you can download. I do alter mine.
What are you altering?
The card that I make is a little different because I want to add my little samples and things on there. That was a me thing. But yes, there is one that you can download from Makers. That's Makers and Mixed Media Art and Arts Facebook group. So if you go to the color combo list, or you know, the post that Paula does, it'll be on there. You gotta flip through the pictures. Beans.
This is the mixed bean stamp.
So you get all four. Like, we just decided that it made sense. Like, if you get one bean, you kind of need them all. So it's cool beans. Set of 4.
I think it looks splendiferous.
Linda, you know, it used to be that way. I think that, you know, obviously, depending on how much work and energy you want to put into it, it is harder to get even shown on Etsy than it used to be. And they charge more, like for listings and all that. So there's a lot of upfront cost that goes into it that I don't think that was always there. And you have to be active. Like, it's not something you can just put out there and then all of a sudden it, you know, does what it does. One of the reasons that I think we stay active on Etsy, even though we don't put new listings out there, is that we relist, which, you know, you have to keep up with that. And because people search for it. Like if they see us on a video, I think sometimes they just Google PM Artist Studio. And most likely the Etsy listing is probably going to come up first. Or they just end up over there because they're looking for certain stencils. Hi, Jackie.
I just love beans so much. I mean, I love the stencil.
Mm-hmm. Now, I would say this, like, if you do have something to sell and you don't want to, like, totally build out a website and all of the work that goes into that, any of those online, like the Ko-fi or wherever, are a great way to start. But keep in mind that if it does grow to a certain point, it's almost, you have to think about that ahead of time and say, okay, when is the point where it makes more sense for me to have my own e-commerce website, whether it's like a Shopify or whatever? Does that make more sense? If you want to know more about that stuff, you can, always holler at me. Might be able to help you. It's one of the things we do with our other business, even though we don't really do our other business stuff anymore. Brad would be like, don't tell people that. We have certain clients and we kept them, and we aren't taking on a lot of that anymore because PM Artist Studio has become the cool thing that it has become. I don't know if y'all are interested in any of this, but she's just stamping. And if you want faded bean colors, you just stamp different colors and don't. Hopefully, if you are a purist of your pad, this is not the way to do it. We are not purists of the pad.
I just think I don't know. I'm loving it.
Okay.
I know that it's
Hi, Estella.
repetitive, but every one of these cards is just a little bit different.
Oh, thank you, Healing.
Like those little beans are just chasing each other across the page.
Just beans, beans, beans. Brad did make the beans. And I'm trying to think originally, because the beans are a spinoff from the breakfast stripper stencils. Everybody liked the beans. And this
Now
one over here
I'm
loved the
telling
beans.
you, our next one that we need stamp wise is the lemon, the citrus.
Yeah.
That would be cool.
Okay. Not the egg. Nobody likes the eggs.
I never was a big fan of the eggs.
I know, nobody likes the eggs.
Yeah, just I don't get a huevos ranchero feeling with the eggs.
Yeah, I feel like I was the original designer of the... And it was requested by Lisa Mingus. Making it with Minglet.
Ah.
Because she's like, hey, it'd be cool as a breakfast set. And I'm like, okay. Well, do you want me to design that? She's like, yeah. Like, okay. I think the bacon would be a good stamp, too.
I think that this is very Mesoamerica.
Mesoamerica?
Coffee beans, and this reminds me of the Aztec hoop-de-doo thing.
Hope-de-doo.
Whatever that. It's the round thing.
Yeah, it's the Aztec calendar.
Aztec calendar. Thank you, dear.
Words are hard.
More so some days than others. There, see, they just caught the edge. I just think that's brilliant.
It's a statement on...
I don't think I need beans on any of these. I think these are just wonderful, just like they are. But here we go.
Oh, see, Elijah, she knows. The Olin Eye. Hi, Cynthia. No worries. Come back and watch the replay. We got 10 minutes. I don't know if he's doing in her 10 minutes here, but... Oh, you're just calling it?
Well, you know, I wanted to do, but I just love all these. I don't want to put anything else on these.
Oh, you wanted to do the tissue.
That's crappy.
You wanted to do the tissue paper thing.
Yeah, because I wanted to show you that, you know, let me just scoot all these out.
Yeah, you need to not, yeah.
I need to not touch these, and they'll probably all stick together and be a total. Yeah, that.
Oh, there you go, Lygia.
All right.
Did you see that, Eddie?
What? What are we seeing?
Well, Eddie needs... Lygia's got a recommendation for him. It's definitely in his wheelhouse.
Oh, okay. Now, I need to get rid of this. Little coffee beans. I
had to read that a couple of times because I was like, did I read that right? I don't know what to say about all that, Liz Jean. I don't.
All right, I'm bringing back my white paint because I'm going to use this up. And bringing back my circle stencil here. Because this is what I did on some of those. Okay, so you get these little strips of, you know, business going on here. Can you hand me those cards back for a second?
Yeah. Oh, you're gonna add more?
No, I'm just gonna.
Oh, okay. Show that that's what you did.
Okay, so this is how I got this little jobber here. Okay, depending on, you know, if you use a lighter touch with your, you know, pointing, you don't get so much paint on your sponge. You can get different things that are going to happen here. What did I do? Okay. So, and the thing about it is it just creates a really cool little strip across there if you've got places that, you know, didn't get completely covered, or maybe just there's an area that
you want to break a transition kind of thing.
It's just a whole bunch of blank area that you just really feel like you need something. This is something that you can do, because I think that looks really cool. And even out here in the areas where I'm just grabbing the blue up here and going into these areas where it's just the plain white of the, because this is deli paper that I'm doing this on.
Yeah, these are her, you know, the stuff to pick up around the edges, the frame business. So it's a great way to use those up, or, you know. Oh, and Lygia says, what an excellent tip. I'm re-looking at my meh prints for differently now. Sorry.
I'm really, you know, I can't stress it enough, because this doesn't look like much when you just think about it, just looking at it right here and going, well, you know, wow, that's not.
Or those things that you guys are getting in scrap swaps.
Yeah.
This is, you know, next level. Level it up.
Level it up. And see, look at that. You know, I mean, little bubbles all over the place.
We usually have over 100, Jennifer. Usually.
What is it?
Now, yeah. 180. And then I think one time we've hit over 200. And then there was one crazy stream that whatever reason it was trending, and we had thousands of views, like, in a matter of, like, just, which is just weird. It was a one-off, who knows what. something happened. Some people were searching, and we ended up. I don't even know what it was. But yes, I would love it if that was kind of a. If we could get to a point where 200 was sort of the average, that would be pretty cool. Pretty cool.
All right, so you can see we've got all of these different areas now that we can take and just cut them out.
A little patchwork of polka dots.
Patchwork of polka dots.
Patricia.
All right, folks, that's all I got for you today.
Look at that.
I was going to do something with this.
I don't know. I don't know if that was it. Maybe.
Because I could take this and do the same thing with the stars rather than the circles.
Mm-hmm. You can.
You know, point them through there and,
yeah.
and get some interesting stuff going on there. And
yeah.
Yeah. All right, I'm basically going to spread this out so Izzy can have a better.
I think you're right, Mo. Mm-hmm.
Surface to pull up. She just did this the other day, and
she did the ones that I was using to paint my signs. She pulled that stuff up.
She's so funny.
Mm-hmm.
Funny kid.
All right, my Arty friends, we will be back tomorrow. I will finish my journal of my, facets and color combination prompts and whatnot. I might even try to dig through and find.
And what I need to do, I need to get something on this one.
Oh, because you think that I might need that? I think you should do gold.
Well, I kind of thought gold, but here's what I want to do first. Okay, so we might be going over a little bit today. Dadgummit, I needed some of that white.
So y'all should know that don't leave until you see the end is the stream is ended. Till you see that thing, just know.
Okay, so I'm going to take some of this. This is
Shane listening to
this.
me.
This is not
not gold.
Not gold, but it doesn't matter because I think mainly what I'm going to do is I am going to get gold out here.
Okay.
Eventually pull it with that, but right now we're going to do a bit more of our. And what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to get it to
offset
or
flip-floppy,
Yeah.
Not even offset.
I just want it to go where there's not any.
Oh, thanks, healing.
And what I'm kind of doing is I'm picking up some of the white that was out here. So it's becoming a little bit more opaque.
Darcy has retracted her goodbyes.
Her what?
Her goodbyes, she retracted them. Psych. Oh, that looks so pretty.
Oh.
You're getting weird transfer things.
I'm getting weird transfer things
But
here.
It looks pretty. I like it. I don't know if it goes with the color combo thing, but I like what's happening. Yeah, get your dot on. I feel dotty.
Well, I did get a little blue there.
That's okay.
But I think that that's going to be okay.
There may be sections of this that we use, and then there's, that go on to other things. Hey, Jeanette.
I want to turn it over so we can see what's going on here.
This is Circular Streams. It's a new one. So, like, when you go over to the website, it should be, like, one of the very first things listed. Oh, thanks, Linda.
Alrighty.
Aw. Well, that's good. Darcy's aunt's birthday was in April, so yay, dots. I think we're gonna go clean the garage. We got to do it. It's just it ain't getting better. Magically, the fairies have not arrived and just made things happen. I was waiting patiently for that.
Me too.
Yeah, she's always waiting for the fairies. They've given up on this place. They're on revolt. We're on a do not help list. Exactly. That's the other thing too, Darcy. Like, it's gonna start heating up, and it is not going to become a you know, any more pleasurable than, you know, it is. Well, I love it from the other side. I don't know what's gonna happen with this side, but whatever color you choose will determine that. But it looks fabulous from that side.
Well, let's get a piece of white paper down here so we can judge a little bit more.
Yeah.
About what's going to happen here.
I don't think a lot.
You would just be surprised there.
It could be.
Miss Mariah.
All right. Well, we're going to be surprised.
All right.
It's just not going to be today.
It isn't going to be today because this has to dry thoroughly. Dry.
She'll mess it up otherwise.
And I'm even thinking about that pearly silver color.
Yes.
Kind of make it just so that it's really kind of tone on tone.
Yeah. You know, even if you did one of the little iridescent colors, it might be kind of nice.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Pearly.
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 Have to wait for Tuesday on that one.
Wait till Tuesday.
We'll be back here tomorrow. Thank you guys for hanging out. If you've come in, this is the end. Thank you for doing so. Come back, watch replay, leave comments, thumbsy upsies, do all that YouTube-y business that one does. We will be back here tomorrow. Bye, guys.
Love ya.
Like a
long haul. Did we get it in?
You did.